Good morning, Texoma, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ashley Fitzwater. This morning we are taking an inside look, a huge event, and a special month for Texoma. It is Hispanic Heritage Month. Joining me now with more is Alicia Perez. She is the Telemundo Texoma Events Coordinator. So we appreciate you being here today, Alicia. Can you tell us why it's so important for our area to celebrate this and recognize this month?
Yes, first of all, I just want to thank you for the opportunity of being on your show once again. We appreciate it very much. And yes, like you said, Hispanic Heritage Month is very, very important for our community. Actually, nationwide, since 1988, I believe Ronald Reagan declared a whole month, 30-day period for Hispanic Heritage Month. And this is just to recognize contributions of Latin American people and basically Hispanics throughout our nation that contribute so much to our country.
The Hispanic growth population, especially in the WFISD, the numbers are going up, correct?
Oh yes, most definitely. If you go to Wichita Falls ISD, which is wfisd.net, which we don't have anything to do personally, but however, we do kind of like to go on there and just kind of get an idea of how the Hispanic community is growing. And that reflects pretty much of the growth. You know, and right now, if you look on those on that website, it's 32.5%, I believe, Hispanic. So students in just our district here. So can you imagine, I mean, the powerful growth and how many students? I think that reflects kind of our community itself. So 30% of our community are Hispanics.
That's a big number, and I know the library and how they're also really opening up some doors that maybe weren't there before and opportunities.
Telemundo Texoma partners up with several organizations throughout the community, and one of them is Wichita Falls Public Library. They have, I would say, a campaign. It's called Amo Leer, and this campaign focuses on family literacy and just the importance of bilingual literacy in our households with our children. You know, the importance of reading, even at a younger age. You know, we always hear about that. When they're babies, you know, you need to start reading to them, and even if it's English or Spanish, it's very important, and that child will succeed and will have a better chance, you know, to be more successful in the future. So
sure, that's always a plus for anyone. So. And oftentimes, you know, I know we've heard that maybe there are family members who do not speak English. So this gives them a chance to get involved in their children's education. It maybe helps give them that connection with the teachers where they can be involved and if they want to take a part in the classroom, correct?
Oh, most definitely. Well, there are over 800 books at the library, and it's a whole section. It's Amo Leer section, and you'll see the banner at the top. And I encourage everyone to come out, and not only Hispanic people, but also non-Hispanics that want to, you know, learn those basic words, casa or house or mouse or whatever it is. So, you know, it's just very fun, and I believe that right now it's the time to do it. Since it's Hispanic Heritage Month, let's take advantage and take, you know, just go out there and look at those books. So
something I think is very neat, and what a great thing to have here in our community.
Yes,
so going into each break, as we're taking a break, we are going to show off some beautiful young ladies who came into our studios, and they actually just did a performance for us, and we're going to show you that performance throughout the show. And if you could share a little bit more about them.
Well, this group was formed a few years back, Elsa Hernandez, and she has done a marvelous job with these young ladies and just practicing every week with them. Monday and Friday, I believe they get together in the evenings, especially throughout the hot summer months. I mean, they just don't give up. They continue to practice and prepare just for Hispanic Heritage Month to be out there in the community and those events that are so important to us. So Grupo Mestizo, and that's what they are called, Grupo Mestizo Ballet Folclórico, which is a long name, but it represents them very well. So it just gives them and shares a little bit of folklore. You know, it kind of gives me goosebumps because it reminds me of Mexico and how beautiful, you know, our country is with the songs and all of those typical, you know, traditions that we have. So.
And exactly how they're dressed as well. I mean, very elaborate costumes and their skirts. So enjoy and keep close watch throughout the show. Like I mentioned, we're going to see them several times. So we want them to go ahead and take it away. Welcome back to Inside Texoma. Once again, we are talking about Hispanic Heritage Month from September the 15th through October the 15th. Those are the designated dates, and there are still lots of events, though, coming up that you can get involved in Texoma. Joining us now with more is Mr. Mike LaChuga, and an amazing Hispanic leader here in our community, also Hispanic Person of the Year. So we want to say congratulations, and we even have a former Hispanic Person of the Year. So I hate to embarrass both of you, but you know, it's a great honor, and really we are really extremely proud of both of you, and just can't say thanks enough for all you do for our community. We are going to jump into some of the things, though, some of the organizations that really are being formed here in the area to, recognize Hispanic.
I think the top of the list in my mind is the Zavala Initiative. The full name is Zavala Hispanic Cultural Initiative, and it is an organization that has been in existence for a few years, and their aim is to promote our Hispanic culture, not as a separate entity, but as an integral part of our American community. Because after all, this is our country.
Yes.
We are now Americans, but we don't forget our culture and our heritage, and so they are trying to incorporate that. And their dream is to one day have a building that we can call our own, where we can showcase and display our heritage. Again, not as a separate entity, but as part of our local community.
I love that, and what a nice way to put that as well. Part of it kind of bringing it all together, like America really is known for.
Yes.
The melting pot. You hear that so often. So, now is this something that is nationwide, or is this Zavala just here in our community?
Zavala is local grown.
Okay.
It is a group of people that are interested, obviously Hispanic heritage, and not only that, but we had Judge Woody Gossam, who was a key mover in this initiative at its genesis. So it is the community getting together and supporting this initiative to showcase our Hispanic heritage and culture. And the dream, again, is to build a center that we can see and feel and enter, and hopefully that dream will be realized. But it is local homegrown.
That's pretty awesome. So would it be somewhat of like a museum then, like with maybe artifacts, or would this be like an outreach center? What would the center be used for, per se?
It would probably be all-encompassing. I think the idea is not only to have a showcase where we always think about a center as a museum where you can see things. We're probably going to have that, but also an activity center where families can come in. Education is very important. Sometimes we're a little lagging behind in education, and some other organizations locally here are promoting that, trying to get our children to think about college, university, past high school. And this center would provide that. We could have a learning center as part of this building. We could have cooking classes.
Most definitely.
We were just talking about
typical Mexican foods.
Hispanic Heritage Month. Sometimes we offer cooking classes on how to make some enchiladas or tacos. And you could have cooking classes there. I mean, it's endless, the things that we could do at the center. And again, not just for the Hispanic community, but the community total.
As a whole,
As a whole.
Wow.
Texoma.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
I love it.
And so hopefully we'll realize that dream. One of the other groups that is promoting this education for our children is the Coalition for Hispanic Education. Again, it's a group that saw the need to bring our parents in and educate them on how to better the chances of potential for the children. Some have a little difficulty with the language, so again, most of us are bilingual, like Ali here. And so we can speak to them in their native language, in our native language, but also in our now native language, which is English.
Sure.
And so we're trying to help them, trying to get their mindset into higher education, give a better chance for our children who are growing up and who are going to hopefully be part of this community. Because economically, if we educate them, they will give us something in return for the community. It's all about our local Texoma community.
That's a great point. And is that then worked in through Region 9 or through the school districts then?
Yes, at this time it's a little bit separate. It's you might call it a grassroots effort. However, you mentioned Region 9. Region 9, they have an adult education program there that teaches GED classes, General Education Development, for some of our adults, and also ESL classes, English as a Second Language, again, to help them with their careers, with their professions, with their life, to better themselves, and also then provide a better community for us. A third educational initiative is Café con Leche. Again, it's a local presented a program which brings in families and tells them about the opportunities that are available. If you earn a degree, your potential for earning as an adult increases. And again, if you earn more, you can spend more in our community, and it's a good cycle. So Café con Leche, it goes to different schools and does that for the parents. And if we have the center that we dream about, all of these can come under one umbrella.
Wow. Yeah.
We could have a one-stop shopping center. Right now we have to go different places, different organizations, but we all have the same goal.
Are all of these fairly new? Within the last maybe 5 years, or have some of these been around a long time?
The ones that I mentioned so far, I think about the one that has the longest time is Zavala. That's roughly, I think, about 5 years old.
Yes, yes, I would say so. Zavala is
about 5 years old.
Right around 5 years old. And I mean, really, within the last 5 years, you've seen this impact. You've seen this major change. And I think the reason being, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Lechuga, is the numbers, because we are seeing the numbers, the statistics growing here in Texas, the population. I mean, by 2020, the Hispanics will be the majority in Texas. So that is, I mean, that is very impactful. And if our students are not prepared, they're not proud of their roots, they're not proud of who they are, then how are you going to be successful in life? So I think all of these organizations are catering to that, basically for that goal.
I think it's neat to see the growth, really, in all of the different opportunities. And, you know, like you said, there may be one common goal or the same common goal, but, you know, different outreaches may reach different people. So it's great to have all of those opportunities there. And I think that's neat how in the past 5 years there really has just been, wow, it's like wildfire, you know, it just takes off, but in a good way, you know, in this case, and, you know, helping so many families.
And all of these organizations resonate with our families, because the family unit is very important in our culture. We go to the second, third generation, and we keep in touch even after our children leave home. And so, again, if you educate at the lowest level as they're growing up, developing, the better chance for them to be productive citizens in our community. And that's the aim of Americans, and that's us. I'll give a little plug for the military also. Sometimes the military, I served 30 years in the Air Force, and defending our country. And right now, as we know, there are some of our citizens still giving the ultimate sacrifice for this country, for the flag that we are under. And we must not forget them. And a large portion of them are Hispanics. And again, too, that's an opportunity to provide something in return to our country, which is America.
We definitely appreciate everyone who takes time and, you know, gets involved and serves for our countries. Before we go to break, any other organizations that we are leaving out that you would like to mention?
Yes, I would like to talk about 8th Circle of Hope, because that is one of the segments of our community that is under, well, we just don't talk about it. 8th Circle of Hope is a organization that serves about a 10-county area, whether it be pantry, items, food, or some help for their transportation to and from their appointments.
We appreciate so much, Mr. Lechuga, your time and you being here today to share so much.
Thank you very much, Ashley. I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, we need to take another quick break, but stick around. We'll be right back with more.